You are now tuned in to the GNWY podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the GNWY podcast. And we have as a guest none other than the infamous, the culture curator of the East Side.
Wow.
Tori Beechum, everybody. Make some noise for her one time. So Tori, for one, how you doing? You doing good?
Pretty good.
Yeah, excellent. You just
Pretty
got
good.
done out of a meeting, pretty important one, yeah?
Yeah.
Because you're about to be coming out with some merch or what?
Yeah, so we're going to be having some hoodies and T-shirts and
Okay.
maybe some pins
Yeah.
for Culture Coffee.
Whoa. Okay. Since you already dropped the news, okay,
Uh-oh.
I was going to let them know.
My bad.
For people who do not
Jumping in.
know, this is Tori Beechum. And for one, we go way back. You know what I'm saying? Back in like what? 2004,
13, whatever, 14.
2014. It's been a long time. So first of all, I mean, what you got going on right now is currently Culture Coffee, yeah?
For sure.
Located.
1029 Northeast 6th Street.
Drop the pin, yes.
It's basically about a block over from OU Medical Center.
Okay, perfect. And that thing is popping, okay? You have delicious everything, to be honest. Like, every time I go in there, your pastries look bomb. It's probably just the display, right?
Probably.
No, I'm just playing. They are fire. I had what's the crumble?
Could you try again?
What's the crumble thing that you had? Like the pastry?
Coffee cake?
Yes, something.
No, but it's all about the cinnamon rolls.
I haven't got there yet.
I'm not sure I
don't know.
understand.
Oh, no.
Listen,
Man.
is that your watch? My bad. You're just popping like crazy. We'll let you handle business. While we're on the podcast.
Bro, it's
So just to give a real quick update, not an update, but like overview of kind of like Tori. We met through an open mic that you started in 2014.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was called Ordinary People Lounge,
Yeah.
and it was mainly geared toward like all of the creators and like every I've had multiple people on the podcast, right? We had Will, D,
Yeah.
and Ray, and everybody mentions OP
OP.
Lounge. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's like something that happened in the past, and you know what I'm saying, it had its season and everything, but like while it was going on, you like created an atmosphere for people to be free. You know
Sure.
what I'm saying? And so I don't know if you want to kind of dive into that, like what started that for you, and what do you feel like served its purpose?
Well, just going back, I would say that it really wasn't just me. It was
Right.
more so I had met Will because he also went to Carl Albert. I'm a Carl
Right.
Albert grad. So he used to go to my church. And so I asked him one day, I was like, yo, I know you're doing, the poetry thing. And it was the comedy thing,
Right.
kind of just finding his way. So I
Yeah.
just kind of asked him, like, where do you go do this at?
Mm.
And he said, oh, I'm going to this place called Urban Roots. And I was like, okay, do the people get it?
Yeah.
Because that crowd was just, older than what we were at the time.
Right,
So I was like, I know something we could do.
Yeah.
We could, start our own thing. So
Yeah.
he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. My parents are, at the time, they were mentoring kids, kind of like case managers. So
Yeah.
they had a building that they weren't using. And I was like, hey, can I use this building?
Yeah.
And they basically were like, what are you trying to do? And I said, I think we could do like a poetry open mic, something like that. So the pieces kind of just fell together.
Yeah.
At the time, I was like a freshman in college. So
Right.
crazy enough, me and Nevin's mom had a class together.
Okay.
And so that's how I met Nevin. And
Mhm.
so it kind of was like, all right, Will, you get the talent. I got the place. Nevin,
Mhm.
you get the music. And
Yeah.
we just kind of went for it. So
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like, everybody that's been on the podcast, they were saying that, like, that's something that, sparked something inside of them
yeah,
to be able to even create what they're doing now.
sure.
And so I want to say I appreciate you, and everything that you and the whole team did, because like even at the time, I don't even know if you knew that, like that's when I didn't even start doing music
What?
at all, but like the OP was like, where
I mean, JJ Fresh. That was.
yeah, exactly. That actually ended before that.
Okay.
I don't know how it got carried on. Will probably did it. I blame him. No, I'm playing. But like, yeah, there was like a turning point for even a lot of artists that are doing some big stuff right now in the city.
Yeah.
And so I just want to say, throw the claps on for Tori. Come on one time. So yeah, I really appreciate you opening those doors up. And for one, give a rundown on what the building looked like. Like we had that thing packed,
Man.
all
Like,
the time.
So I think it was really were only supposed to get like 100 people in there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We were stretching like 120.
Yeah. It was
So
packed.
yeah,
And y'all
it
had
was,
the AC go out a couple times.
man, we had to get new AC units put in because like it was all it was bad.
That's so
Like crazy enough, like when you think back at those times, it's like, man, we did some crazy things, but it was so fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, I mean, even just the atmosphere that was set, you know what I'm saying? Of like people that were just starting out or people that had been in it for a minute, like they would come in and feature and everything.
Yeah.
And then, but it didn't matter like how tight everything was or how hot it was. It's like people just still came out and supported and then had that atmosphere of like just acceptance, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what brought that, unified group of people, Yeah. And so anyway, super dope. And then that transition will go from your timeline, you know what I'm saying? And from OP into the bistro, right?
Yeah.
46, yeah. And so that was literally like right down the street, right? How'd y'all get that building?
So, crazy story. Let's go back to OP for a second.
Yeah.
I think it was probably like, let's say we'd been doing OP for about a month.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we had like the little snack bar thing. People were like, yo, you guys need to serve food. You guys need to do that. So we did it one time.
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible.
The food was?
No, the food was good.
Okay.
But like the service was awful. Like it was bad.
Y'all
Like,
served at OP?
we did one. It was distant memory. It only happened one time.
Yeah.
But so we tried it and we ended up, we were like, man, we can't serve food in here. So
right.
maybe we should think of something different. So we would always pass right by at the time. I can't remember what it was called, but we would pass by it all the time, didn't know what it was. Yeah. And
right off at 23rd and
I-35.
I-35.
I-35. So like we would pass by it, and so one day my mom was driving by and she said, "Hey, there's a for lease sign up." And so we checked it out, and there's this place that we really like to go eat at in Texas. It's called Buttons. So yeah, soul food restaurant. They kind of have like a different spin on soul food, but we would always go because we like to go and then listen to the bands play and the music and stuff. So basically it's like a they call it like a supper club.
Yeah.
So that's what we kind of envisioned for bistro, but it just kind of never didn't really work. But I mean, we tried it. The good thing was we were able to kind of, we could do food if we wanted to. If we wanted to rent the space out, we could. If we wanted to have, music events and stuff.
Right.
And we kind of kicked it off with our Soul Food Sundays. And then what was that event? You were a part of it. Was it Endless Summer?
The summer, yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
So
that one was pretty packed too.
Yeah, that was.
Super dope.
We did that. We did I think at the time, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, that fight. Yeah, so.
Did like a watch party.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was kind of the beginnings of that, and we just kind of ended up just doing food.
Yeah, that's dope. Food was fire. Yeah. So, and then also now you're doing the catering, offering that as a service, right? And so doing that for bigger businesses and stuff. And so Paycom, you're doing all that.
Yeah.
And so anyway, but like what kind of like sparked this whole like entrepreneurship like within you? Was it like on accident, or were you like always trying to do something like that? Did you go to college for it, or like what was that like?
Yeah, no. So I thought like when I was in college I was going to be a writer.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that was
like a journalist or like okay.
Thought I was gonna be a journalist. I really I liked writing, but kind of like towards the end of my collegiate career, I transitioned to public relations. So I love sports. Thought that was gonna be kind of the thing I was gonna be doing, but OP happened.
Right.
When that happened, it was kind
Yeah.
of like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
It was popping. So then we were like, okay,
Yeah.
let's get this bigger space. We can, serve food out of it.
Mhm.
We can also do the events.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, so I guess this is what we're doing. If we're diving in, we're diving in.
Right.
So
Yeah. That's
um,
tight. So it kind of like
it just
in
happened.
Yeah, it just happened. Yeah.
It wasn't
so
planned at all.
that's
Like,
crazy going from like I want to be a writer journalist type, and then going into you have at one time you had 3 like businesses.
yeah.
Pretty much, right? And so for one, that's admirable. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down.
tough.
Yeah.
It's real tough.
And then going out from Bistro.
Mhm.
Now you're currently owning Culture Coffee.
Yep.
Yeah. And so how did you even get into coffee? Like, how do you go from soul food to coffee? Like, what?
Right. No, this is really crazy.
How
And
come
I got
every story- every-
all the crazy stories, right?
I was about to say every,
Every
story is
story.
like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah. It's just been, man, my 20s has been like,
Yeah.
it's been something like when I think back on it, in years to come, that it's going to be like, man, I really was a part of like so many things
Yeah.
that I never saw coming,
Right.
Anyway, so we'll get to culture. So
Yeah.
we ended up getting culture, somebody that we didn't even know this lady, but basically she was a realtor looking for someone to, rent that space out.
Yeah.
And she'd come to Bistro several times, and basically was like, hey, I love eating you guys' food. I love, the atmosphere.
Right.
I love the customer service. Would you guys be interested in opening a coffee shop? So I was like, what?
It's
I was like,
super
nah, man,
random.
I don't know about that. So
Yeah.
we actually kind of turned it down a couple times.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cause I mean, I don't really drink coffee like that.
right.
So
That's
it's like, why would you have a coffee shop and you don't drink coffee? But
right. Yeah.
I'm getting there slowly.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
yeah, so we ended up like talking back with her because she contacted us again, and
Yeah.
you know who Drew Wood is?
Yeah.
Drew Swain.
Yep.
He's a big coffee guy, and
Yeah.
he kind of, we had talked about some things back with OP,
Yeah.
and he was like, hey, you guys ever think about doing coffee? I know your mom was talking about a bakery at one point or whatever.
Right.
He's like, I really love coffee, want to get into it.
Yeah.
And it was crazy how like the times kind of paralleled between this lady asking us about,
Yeah.
coffee shop and then him asking. And so
Right.
we're believers. And
Yeah.
so we were like, man, is this a God thing? Is this,
Yeah.
because stuff like that just doesn't
Happen.
happen.
Right.
And so we ended up checking out the place. We were like, man, tons of natural light.
Yeah.
Right.
a
It's
good
basically
area,
campus
too.
corner
Yeah.
for, OU Med.
Yeah.
A lot
It's
of new
right by all
development.
those, apartments and everything too.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
we were like, you know what? Let's just dive in.
I feel like that's everything.
Let's
that you
dive
start,
in.
You know what? Let's do it.
Let's just do it.
That's dope. And so, like, I mean, and how long have you been doing culture?
So we opened in February. So
That's it. I thought
Yeah.
y'all been doing it for like at least a year.
it took us about a year to build the space out
Got you. Okay. Yeah.
because it was just an empty place. So
Right.
that was a long process.
Did you do that whole design and everything? Like you knew what you wanted it to look like and everything?
I didn't. Through OP, we had like kind of a smaller Christian base poetry night, open mic night called Red.
Yeah.
And one of my friends, Seth, he's an architect, so
Yeah.
I reached out to him and he was like, yo, I'd love to be a part of it. So
Yeah.
it's crazy how like OP, even if it's not about even though it's not about, people doing their being a musician or an artist or whatever,
Yeah.
there's still people there that, have other, things that they do.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy how like with OP, it was like, yo, I'm putting people on a stage for them to,
Yeah.
present their talents. But it's crazy. Like in business, it's like, man, on another side, it's like you're still kind of putting people on to kind of, because that was his first design ever for a commercial
real?
space. Yeah.
Wow.
He killed it too.
That's great. Yeah, it's super nice.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that he did that.
Yeah,
That's dope.
really cool.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, like even, you know, just having those groups of people, like, because you never know who was gonna walk in that door. You know what I'm saying? And so, and there's a lot of people who didn't even do music or do any type of
Man, there were
talent.
people that like I didn't even know like could sing, but would come to OP every night, and then like 2 years later, I didn't know you could sing.
Right, you've
like
been
you
sitting in
been
them
up
seats.
there.
Right, that's crazy. Yeah, it's a group of super talented people, and you know, and I don't think that would have happened though, if that, you know, environment wasn't set. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why I keep going back to it. Like y'all are a pivotal moment in like a lot of people's lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you even that connection of like bringing people together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's people that were friends and stuff in that group, but it's like you built an even bigger community just by just opening doors. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you set the atmosphere and stuff, but like that's all it is. And some people like make it a lot harder than what it should be, you know? And now you're able to offer even more of a service with either coffee or something, but it's still opening those doors and setting that atmosphere and tone to people to feel comfortable and welcome. You know? So I think that's super dope of you. That's a talent. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Even on podcasts, some people are like super awkward. You know what I'm saying? But like you got to
Man, I feel really awkward. Like
right now?
Man, this is definitely me stepping out of like my comfort zone.
Yeah, you're usually behind the scene, like
very much behind the scenes.
My bad, I brought you out of your shell.
You know what? I was like, if I'm going for it with all this other stuff, I just gotta go for it with this too.
I'm just gonna dive into this.
Gonna dive
in with everything. Yeah, that should be the tagline for the podcast.
Dive in.
Dive in.
Just dive in.
Dive in. Yes. But yeah, so, and there was one time I was picking up a stage from you. I don't remember. It was a minute ago. Oh, it's for our back to school event, and we were getting a stage from you and stuff. And we just sat outside of your building talking entrepreneurship and like and our like people our age, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't have, you know, and it's not like a boastful thing or whatever, but it's like there's some people who aren't like building businesses or you know, building this type of layout and stuff. And so for people our age, I think it's like super dope to be able to, like you were saying, you look back at your 20s and be like, wow, I was able to accomplish whatever. And so even that, like we were even going into it more so on like the time that it takes. Man, you know what I'm saying? And people don't realize like what all goes into everything, you know what I'm saying, from the business side of it to the creative side of it to the content side of it to the, you know, I don't know, there's just so much. Yeah. And so I don't know, that's why I was thinking it would be dope to even hit on that a little bit because you know what I'm saying, like there's so many people that want to do this or want to be a part of it when it's popping. But like they don't want to
put in the work.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So what's some things that you've learned over these years? I mean, I know you're saying you just dive into stuff, but it's like, I mean, what's the planning process for you in Tori's mind of trying to actually make these things, like a vision, become reality?
Man, it's a lot of, I think.
That was a big question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is. I think a lot of times, like, people might get into business, like, for their own personal gain.
Wow.
But in reality, it's kind of more so you're serving others. So it's not about you.
Wow.
Like, so I've realized, like, and that's like, even from the beginning with OP, like, I never wanted it to be about me. That's why I never wanted to be like out front, you know. Half the time people probably didn't even know I was behind it, you know. But I think that
they probably thought your dad just run it.
No, he's the guy at the door. He's just takes the money at the door. But yeah, so I think, like, you know, when people getting into business have to know, like, you have to be selfless. Like, you have to there's a lot of times where you're not going to be able to go and hang out with such and such, or you're going to miss family things, or because you got to be there. It's almost like I don't have any kids, so I mean, I don't know what that's like, but I feel like it's almost like birthing a baby. You know, you got to be there for it. And
so you got 3 kids. Running wild.
But yeah, like, so I think, I think that it's kind of important to try to, and it's hard at our age because, like you said, it's not a lot of people really trying to build like a brand or really build a business. It's more so, oh, this is my thing.
Yeah.
I kind of do this.
Yeah.
But I'm not serious about it.
Right.
I don't,
Yes.
So I think that it's important to have, like a group of people that you can like go to kind of keep you grounded because, man, it's tough. It's real tough.
Yeah. And accountable to your dream. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I mean, there's so many people that'll tell everybody what they want to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But they never really show them what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, following your journey and everything is like, Tori's about it, so like, that's super admirable, and people need to keep like catch on to that wave, because I mean, even through the 3 years of Generation Y, I don't think a whole lot of people know what went into it, but but that's why I think we connect really well, because I mean, watching you and all your hard work that you put into it is like, Tori knows. So anyway, I really appreciate you coming through. Is there anything you want to, like, you have any updates about culture? I think you give the update about, or can you give the update about Bistro?
About Bistro? I mean,
is it too early? If it's too early, we don't have to do it.
Might be too early.
Yeah,
just check our website and check our page.
Yeah. So super dope things coming through with Bistro, but then also you have a question?
I got a question.
Oh, here we go.
What's your favorite cereal?
Ooh, favorite cereal.
This is an important one.
This is important?
Yeah.
Okay. I would have, it's probably pretty boring, but Frosted Flakes.
Hey, hold on. I'm glad. No. Hold on. I'm glad that you brought up that question, because what were we gonna bring up? Remember? Okay, so I'm not gonna say you created, because you said that you didn't create it, but like I feel like you're one of the first people in this city.
The cereal milk.
The cereal milk.
You were that?
She's
that?
In this.
Wait a minute.
It's just Tori.
It's not me. It's not me.
But
it's not.
You made it poppin' in the city.
It's not.
You made it poppin'. I mean, come on.
Those pictures. Take the credit. Take the credit. We're giving it.
I'm gonna say a team member of our staff.
All right.
Man, that stuff, I didn't know.
Yo,
she's being the selfish right now, but I'm saying,
give people their roses when they're here.
That's good. Whoa.
Give them their roses.
You're right, but your stuff is fire. Okay, so go to Culture Coffee.
I will take the credit for the pictures. Man, we didn't even get into that. That's another thing too, right?
Oh, you did have it.
Oh man.
So that's 4 babies.
Dang.
4 businesses.
Yo, I gotta stop.
Tori,
I gotta stop.
You gotta tie
it up.
Yes. That's hilarious. But yeah, you had your own whole photography and design business and everything. Yeah. She does it all, everybody. She really does it. Anyway, so the milk.
Yeah.
Cereal milk.
It just kind of. Which one's your favorite?
Cereal?
No.
Or cereal milk.
What's your favorite cereal?
My favorite cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, we do that like every week.
Yeah. Or it's like an old person one, but like Honey Bunches of Oats is really good.
Like for our coffee though?
Yo, so I can tell you what we're doing this week.
No. What? Yeah. Go for
it. So this week we're gonna do Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And then the other one is going to be, those sugar cookies that have the icing on it?
Yes.
Like they're super soft.
Yep.
Okay, yep.
We're gonna do that
for coffee.
For coffee.
Ooh. Can we take a Gen Y field trip?
We'll take one. What day are you doing that?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, Friday and Saturday.
Jeez.
Okay. Yeah. So
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hopefully it comes out like. Hopefully we got the frosting that's blue, so hopefully it comes out like where it's blue and you pour it. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Dope. I don't know.
Don't say I don't know. You know it's gonna be fire.
I don't. I really don't.
So wow.
Because it's the first time doing it. I was skeptical of it, but everybody else was like, "Yo, let's try it."
That's amazing. So yeah, go Friday, Saturday, whatever. I don't care what it is. Are you doing it next week too?
Next week we'll have something different. We switch it up every week.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Okay. Well, hopefully whenever the podcast airs, it'll probably be next Tuesday.
It'll be a couple Tuesdays from now.
A couple Tuesdays. So
maybe
but
we'll have to bring it back.
there
We'll
we
bring it
go.
We'll
Let's
bring
just
it back.
bring it back. There we go. And it drops on a Tuesday. So
Okay.
you gotta maybe, I don't know, drop it on Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know, or that weekend.
Yeah,
Friday,
yeah.
Saturday. Anyway, so
Ooh, I do have another little thing that's happening next week.
Let's go.
So we're partnering with the Loaded Bowl.
Okay.
So they're gonna be bringing in some of their pastries. So I'm pretty excited
Wow.
about that.
That's
If you
what's
haven't had
up.
it, Loaded Bowl's vegan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
When does that come in?
Monday.
Okay. Monday the
Was that the 21st?
21st.
21st. Yeah.
Yeah. So be sure
So I'm
to
excited
go.
about that.
Be sure to go to Culture Coffee, and then also check out the Bistro 46. Are y'all doing meals, or is it just catering?
Nah, right now we're just on break. We
because of
COVID,
really doing their thing.
Yeah, so we having to pivot. That's the thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. You gotta adapt,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
that's what's up. So anyway, go follow. Where can they follow Culture Coffee at?
Just go to Culture Coffee OKC on Instagram.
Yeah.
I think and Facebook as well.
Perfect. Be sure to follow that, and then also Tori, what's your Instagram?
Instagram TBeech32. It's TBEECH.
Perfect.
And my favorite number ever, 32.
32. There we go. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
You're
no problem.
amazing. And I love everything that you're doing. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Generation Y podcast. Be sure to like, review, share, tag your mama in it. I don't care. But yeah, be sure to follow Tori and Culture Coffee, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.